as Chappelle says, I started a company over 20 years ago now because of my frustration with the lack of seating support and access to services for children with cerebral palsy. And this has now morphed into a hybrid model of a company and a foundation working together to achieve really joint aims. Chappelle, how do I change slide?
Oh, you can change the slide. You will do it?
Oh, here we are. Okay, got it. Right. So what we do is I have spent many years designing chairs that are suitable for children with cerebral palsy who are living in more remote and rural areas. We manufacture these, and then we also provide a range of high-quality, adjustable, modular systems. So that we have multiple frame types for indoors, outdoors, rural areas, school rooms, and then also a power frame, which we can fit 2 or 3 really adjustable, multiply adjustable seating systems onto. And the trick here for us was to find a seating system that was easily adjustable over a period of time so that the child could be seated and followed up and reviewed regularly without having to change the device. And it can be done on-site in a remote area just using hand tools. We also provide and facilitate access to really holistic client-focused support services and training. These support services don't only include seating, they look at early communication, training for parents and caregivers, and also looking at training these parents to understand that their children can be as active and involved in their families and their communities as their other children are. Through this, we also raise awareness of access to appropriate and useful assistive devices. Again, not just the wheelchairs, but looking at other things that really help the child access the community and improve their quality of life. And another aspect is our working with governments to look at systemic change and implementing services and processes which can be sustainable after we've left the area. So we don't continually have to expand ourselves, we rather expand the facilities and the ability of people to carry on their own services. Our manufacturing facilities employ people with disabilities, and we do a lot of field tests to make sure that the products are correct and working in the best possible way that suits those individuals. To monitor that, we run seating clinics, and these are usually done in an outreach program style. So we go on site and look at how to assess and follow through the whole World Health Guideline process on site in remote areas. We train and then we mentor the parents and caregivers, because although the professionals might hold that information, once the parent has gone home, there's very little support for them. So we really think it's important that the parents get given as much information as possible so they become the experts in their child's life. Another aspect that we try and make sure happens is maintenance and repair, and for this we're busy setting up an apprenticeship and skills program with the local government here so that we can upskill people in the local communities to create small jobs by learning how to repair and maintain and even assemble our flat pack products. To date, we've only served 70,000 children, and as I'm getting older and I feel time's rushing by, I feel this number is not nearly close to what we need to be doing. With our multiple social enterprise model, or hybrid model, we're then covering the assembly of our chairs, the clinical support, and the parent training and the modification and repairs through the business part of the company. And then through our NGO, we're busy working on developing the advocacy, the enterprise development, job opportunity, and the government policy and research aspects. The way we're now planning to expand after redesigning our products last year for mass production, flat pack, and far more modular on-site assembly is to find small businesses, non-profits or companies who share similar values and ethos to us, who really believe in driving the rights of kids with disabilities. These people, these partners have to have the right attitude, because the skills at least can be taught. I've found over many years that if you just have somebody who's passionate about what they want to do, they can learn anything and implement it. Another aspect that I've discovered we really need to look for in our partners is really an entrepreneurial personality. Too many years, disability has been steeped in charitable giving and disempowerment, and we really need to move this away into an area where people can take responsibility and take control of their own destiny. So we are setting up now a workshop partnership in Bulawayo with Lerewu. We're looking at starting with the training processes using World Health Guidelines, and then using their exceptional skills on wheelchair provision to upskill around the assembly and modification and repair and adjustment of the kids' wheelchairs, which we've now come up with really dynamic adjustable products. The three main objectives of this hub model is to reproduce what we've been doing in South Africa for the past 20 years, which is fostering an enabling environment for effective wheelchair service development, which includes the provision and the management in country of delivery. So things are not being brought in ready-made. They're coming in as a bill of materials. And with the right skills, all added value happens in the country of delivery. We need to expand the opportunity for local wheelchair providers to generate sufficient income really to grow their local services. And I'm so determined to reduce dependency on external wheelchair donations. We're finding so often with partners that they'll get their workshop up and running, they'll have created a great network, and suddenly there'll be a large donation of chairs brought into the country, and their entire work of years gets destroyed. This continues to happen. I agree with Matt that with really good quality parts brought into a country and then assembled on site and adapted, maintained, fit and set up, we can really work towards building local economies and local sustainable services. By doing that, all we need to do is upskill, cross-skill and mentor people in wheelchair technical assembly, and the skills to adapt and modify these according to your intermediate and basic seating training programs. So our EcoHub support model has to meet product objectives, and this is training people around the skills to assemble, but also to augment existing range of devices. So taking a pack of pre-assembled sub-assemblies and teaching people how to adapt local chairs and find existing systems that can be quickly and efficiently fixed on site for the user. And I still think this will be one of the most cost-effective ways of fitting your intermediate seating clients. So we've been working for a number of years now on very simple sub-assemblies that can be used on a wide range of chairs, and we're very excited about the opportunity to practice using these with partners in local areas. We also need to meet the seating objectives. So to build on the World Health Guidelines and training packages, we're busy cross-skilling and running product-specific training on seating services and on client management, management training, on site mentoring, assessment, on modification, systems implementation, and most importantly, quality control. We've also started implementing an impact measuring system, and our company is focusing now on impact auditing, so it's not only measuring ourselves, but able to audit the partners that we work with. We also focus on providing practical holistic support workshops for the parents and caregivers. And this again is not just around seating, it's looking at the whole child and the whole child's needs in terms of access to community. Nothing's going to carry on working without the repair and maintenance, so that is something we also built training packages around, how to repair and maintain not only our chairs, but a range of devices plus these sub-assemblies. And then how do we help people in their partnership or hub ecosystems to connect with local government and community and make sure that they themselves can build systemic change processes and platforms that they can build their own organizations around. And finally, we need to meet the enterprise development objectives with our partners. And to do that, we've joined into a partnership with an organization called A to B that looks at transformational training. Vivian runs an organization that specializes in socioeconomic development systems, where she's really working to develop fantastic systems that move people from years of dependency and complete disempowerment to ones of dignity, where people can take control of their own lives, set their own goals, and move forward through that. And this A to B transformation training toolkit is now part of everything that we're training around, not just the wheelchair provision, but the business management systems that we use. We also will be training on procurement, stock management, and clinical systems management. People in country need to learn how to write grants, and they also need basic business systems development skills. So what I'm excited about now with our possibilities working in Bulawayo and also in Nairobi is to provide job skills development for people with disabilities themselves, but using this enterprise development objectives plan, and also support local community and government enterprise development programs.
Shona, time up.
Right. I have already mentioned our apprenticeship programs, and those are growing in South Africa and will be transferred again, the skills, into all the workshops we're working with. And we're really looking forward to working with many partners, Whirlwind, Motivation, UCPA. I think our kids' posture products are going to provide a quick fix for many people out there. Thanks, Japan.